Welcome to On the Line. Today, I am joined by a very special guest. He is a hot commodity in fantasy football. He is running back for the Los Angeles Chargers. It is Austin Ekeler. My man, how we doing?
Ty, what's going on, man? I'm doing great.
Yeah, I'm doing great. So before we get into fantasy and everything else, last year you did this thing called the 405-pound squat challenge. Did anyone that's not a professional athlete send a video?
No one sent a video, man. No one did. They left me hanging on that one.
Dude.
Yeah, it was a little 405. I was in the gym one day. I was like, I'm just going to try to see how many times I can squat 405 pounds. And then put it out in the world, see if anyone can match it or beat me.
I think you should have done
no responders.
You should have done 315. Like that's like if you go to any gym and you kind of look around, I feel like you're not going to see many people throwing up 405, but you can see a lot of people doing 315. Plus, you could probably hit you probably hit that like 30, 25 times.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't for your average lifter. That was the point, right? It was like, hey, if you can squat 405 more than 10 times, all right, man, you're a real deal in the weight room.
Wait, what's next? The one-arm pull-up challenge?
I mean, I put that out there too.
Did you get any responses
I put that out there
one?
too. No. The most I did was 4. So if you ever hear anyone doing more than 4 one-arm pull-ups, then let me know.
I'll hit you up so you can hit 5, 6, 7, 8. Would you ever? And you're kind of all, and then with fitness too. This is kind of the last little question I got about it. Would you ever consider doing CrossFit or something like that? One of those CrossFit games, like no, after the career's over.
My flexibility is not there. Those guys. And those girls too are some beasts as far as like athletic ability all around, and it takes like shoulder stability, which my shoulders are not the best. So, that's a whole different realm of lifting.
The pull-ups also don't count; they're just using their entire body. So
the swinging, the kicking pull-ups.
The kicking pull-ups. I will say, I watched a video doing the muscle-ups. Clean. Very clean.
Yeah.
I gotta respect the people who can do like the real muscle ups, not the swing your body.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? So let's talk football. You dominated D2 landscape with Western Colorado, and were you ever approached by like any of the D1 programs to like be a preferred walk-on, or like how'd you kind of end up there?
No, through my recruiting process, it was pretty silent actually. I was sending my film out to places, just trying to get someone to, just take a look at me, right? I think I was like number 22 as far as rushing yards in the United States. So I was like up there, like this is all high school, all divisions. And so, I was thinking, okay, I got to get some type of look, right? Like from some D1s, and then no one came knocking. And finally a D1 AA came and they're like, hey, I want you to play corner. It's like, I do not want to play corner. I want to stay running back. And then other places were like, we'll see if you could fit in our team as an athlete. And then finally Western State, which is now Western Colorado University, came to me and was like, hey, we have a senior running back. He's graduating, so the spot's up for grabs. And I was like, let's go. And from then on, boom, I was a Mountaineer.
And it all worked out in the end. And so obviously there's not a whole lot of D2 athletes in the NFL. And as you're dominating, again, as I've said before, in D2, at what point did NFL scouts start to show up? Or was it something that's kind of, you didn't really expect it to happen?
Well, I mean, I had never seen any scouts there before in my first 3 years there into my senior year. Then there were some scouts hanging around. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Right? Like, just because there was no one at that caliber, on the team up until my senior year, where we had a few guys that were getting looked at, me being included. And yeah, it was just like, oh, the NFL is like a real option, maybe. Like, this might be something that I can actually pursue. Until then, I wasn't really worried about it because, being in a smaller school, not the competition and this and that. So I was really focused on just my education.
What were you going to do if you, what was your plan then those first 3 years? Like, what were you going towards?
I was in the business world. So I was in energy management.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense since you are in the business world as well with all your money. We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
So let's get to the draft process. Were there teams who like said, oh, we're going to draft you? Or is it everyone kind of saying like, if you fall to being undrafted, like we're going to take you?
Yeah, no one told me they were going to draft me. No one said they were going to draft me. I didn't get that conversation. Probably just because, coming from a D2 school, they just feel like, hey, if they had someone on the same board at the same level, they probably, who went to a bigger school, then they probably would have to draft that person just because of the competition, all that hoopla around D1, and then probably just pick me up a free agency and let me decide. So it actually ended up working out for me. Because I was able to decide where I wanted to go and signed a 3-year contract, which allowed me to get into my second contract.
Oh yeah, what was it? Was it just the Chargers? Like, who else was reaching out to you?
The Falcons, the Bears. There was a lot of teams.
Okay, so it wasn't
I
just
think
like a
like
select
20
like few.
teams.
It was a decent amount of teams that were reaching out trying to get you to
Yeah. Oh
sign.
yeah. Yeah. There
Okay.
was definitely interest for coming in as a free agent for sure.
Okay, and then so again, you signed that 3-year contract, which is kind of abnormal for an undrafted free agent, which is pretty cool. And then you kind of step into this role on the Chargers, and you kind of carry this throne of like they've always had these guys look slightly undersized, catch the ball, run very well all around, like you, Sproles, Danny Woodhead. Did you ever talk to any of those guys about that, kind of carrying the mantle in Los Angeles or
I didn't
San
really
Diego
talk
now
to
with
him
Los
about it.
Angeles?
Yeah. Yeah. Now. Yeah. L.A. No, but I didn't really talk to them about it. But it just kind of showed that hey, like there's different types of body types that can still succeed in this league, even though I am undersized, whatever that means. I feel like that's not even a real thing, especially in the running back positions. Like, can you get it done on the field?
That's all that
Right.
matters.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
That's what it's about, right? Can you be productive? And that's what I was, and I took advantage of my opportunities and continued to build on them until this point.
And honestly, like, what was it? So let's go back to that first training camp, and you're an undrafted free agent. Melvin Gordon decides to hold out. And is there a part of you though, as you're getting more and more reps, like, dude, can you just like hold out a little bit longer so I can keep getting my position on the team?
Yeah, he held up. He held up my
It
third
was their
year.
third year. I thought it was
Uh,
just wait. Yeah, it was your third year.
yeah, because my first year was the first year, and or was the transition year from San Diego. But yeah, he held up my third year. So I had already been pretty comfortable with the offense, had the same offense that we've had for a while, and then I was the backup, on paper. But I got a lot of reps before then too. So it was just all right, Austin, you're up, and had an opportunity to show what I could do as a starter.
Was it so okay? Was there a part of you though where you're like, so now that you see that happen, was there a part of you now in your head, like obviously you got the bag, you got a pretty big contract, you got rewarded for it. Is there a part of you like, I'm never gonna hold out because I'm not gonna risk anything like that ever happening to me. I'm not gonna lose my spot in the NFL, especially in a position like running back.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can't hold out anymore because of new CBA,
Wait, really? It's not.
or you get
Oh
massive
yeah, yep,
fines.
yep, yep.
Yeah, new CBA, massive fines for holding out, and then I mean, I have a 4-year deal now, so there's no holding out for me within my contract. Like the only time it would be your actual holdout, I guess it wouldn't even be a holdout.
No,
Would be at the end of your contract year. When you're trying to negotiate something.
makes sense. All right, so let's talk fantasy. Let's talk Eckler's Edge. Let's talk your partnership with YouTube Sports. So what are we gonna see from you every week? What can we expect to see from this every single week?
Yeah, you mean with Yahoo Sports?
Yahoo Sports.
Yeah, you're good. So yeah, partner with Yahoo, not YouTube.
Sorry, I had the U. It's all mixes. All mixes together.
Yahoo
Yahoo
Sports.
Sports.
Well, I have a fantasy segment where we talk about fantasy football. It's just a way for me to connect with really the community in the fantasy world. Just as a player that's already actually in the game still, just a different perspective from people that are outside the game talking about players. So we thought it'd be a cool way just for me to connect with people in the fantasy world because people do have me on their fantasy teams, right? So last year I kind of did it on my own on Twitch and then decided to try to take it up a notch. And so, yeah, going to be I believe, maybe it comes out on Fridays. I know we film it on Tuesday, but every week this week for the season, we'll be talking a little fantasy football. So come check it out on Yahoo Sports.
So this is kind of you are a current player, so it makes it a little hard. And this is kind of where I'm wondering where you're going to go with it. Is let's say you have someone on your team who plays really bad for a couple weeks. How do you talk
Right.
how do you talk about that as a current player and not kind of like hurting a relationship with like one of your peers in the NFL?
Yeah, man. I mean, we all go through it as competitors, right? That's part of competing. You're going to go through slumps. You're going to try to avoid those as much as you can, but it's going to happen. Like I'm going to go through games where I'm like, dang, I could have played better. Like that's part of competing at the highest level of something. If you just dominate all the time, then everyone else probably needs to step it up. So yeah, no, we'll be talking about. I won't ever personally talk about someone in regards of if they played well or not. Maybe you'll talk more about the situation, just because I'm not trying to talk into anyone's situation because it's not my place to talk.
And so, with that said too, like, are you going to talk about your actual team, like your actual fantasy team, like who you got starting that week, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll definitely talk about my fantasy team. Talk about, what I'm thinking about players. Like, would I start this player on my team? Kind of stuff like that. So we'll get into some fantasy talk, not just avoiding just the, hey, is this player good or bad type of conversation.
Well, this has kind of been leading. I've been trying to build this. So this is my last question about it. So actually I have one more before it. Do you have any Chargers players on your team other than you?
I don't have any Chargers.
Okay, because that was my next question was going to be, would you like? How would you talk about like? Yeah, I traded him to get like someone else. Like I don't know.
Hey, someone else is producing. Hey, they're producing it. Fantasy's fantasy, right? It's
Yeah.
about scoring points. Like, sorry, if I got Keenan and someone else is playing way better than someone, and I can trade Keenan away for a better opportunity, then that's what it is. Like it's just about, hey, people that are balling out.
Okay. And
Get them on your
so
team.
let's say you're playing against, I don't know, let's say you're playing against another team and you have, let's say like Tyreek Hill on the Chiefs. Let's say you guys are blowing out the Chiefs by like 25, 30 points. This is in the late in the fourth quarter. Would you like up the defense like, hey guys, let Reek get a couple extra yards here?
Never, never. I would never let my fantasy football involvement, ever affect me playing. Right? Like that's just something I do for fun on the side. Whatever happens, then it happens. It's not really that big of a deal. I don't take it that serious. Right? Some people they actually love the stuff. They think it's super serious. They might be like, hey, do that. But I definitely do not take it that serious. I take it as a way to connect with people. Right? It's not like I have so much at stake here, right? It's just for fun.
Oh yeah, 100%. I was gonna say, I feel like, do you ever have someone come up to you on the sideline like, hey dude, I got you this week. Like, can you you know?
I've had that before, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had that before.
And so one more question about your personal team and kind of all that is, who is your team right now? Who is on your starting lineup? On your primary team?
Well, I have 3 different teams that are my primary teams. They're none of more important than the other. But shoot, we got to pull it out. I have Josh Allen as my quarterback in one, and then I also have myself in a league.
Did you not get yourself in every single league?
No, I didn't, because my leagues are deep, right? They're
You have a 20-man one. Like,
league.
why?
I have a 20-man and I have 2 16.
Those are too big. That's way too big.
No, it's actually not. It actually makes it super interesting, because then it makes it so you actually have to go find backups. Like you have to go find, it's like a real team, right? There's not one team that's just absolutely stacked, right? Everyone's kind of spread out a little bit. You're forced into that. Like you have a couple main guys and everyone else is, you don't know. They might be backups. Who knows? People get hurt. You got to go pick up their backup. So it makes you pay attention more.
You're going to, the guy at the end of your bench has got to be like a practice squad player. I feel like that's how it's got to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So how do you even strategize for that? Like what's it? I mean, I've only done 12 mans, but like, how do you do a 16, 20 man?
Right.
draft?
Yeah. Past the 6th round, because there's 15 rounds of drafting for those of you that don't know. Past the 6th, 7th round, it's like you're digging now. Like it's deep in, right?
Yeah.
You got 20 people picking in front of you. And the thing is too, if you're in the middle, you'd be all right. You can pick one up every 20 picks. But if you're on the ends, it drafts in a snake.
Yeah.
Just kind of giving everyone a visual, right? So I was 3rd, so I'd pick 3rd, and then I had to wait 40 picks. And then I was able to pick again, right? So it's well, you better get someone who you think's going to be solid. So it makes you switch up your strategy for sure.
That's a completely different strategy. Like another world.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. Makes everyone adjust. I wanted to do a 32-man league, but Yahoo Sports doesn't have 32 on that. But I was going to do a 32-man. So literally, you get one quarterback. You might have to draft a quarterback first in that, just because there's not going to be anyone available.
I don't know. I think you could hold off and kind of maybe bank on a rookie. I know I'll get my strategy, because my draft's tomorrow. Technically, my draft is tomorrow, and we'll get into this in a second. My game plan is I'm going to wait a little bit. I'm going to draft Jameis. I'm going to try not to draft a quarterback until late into the draft, and I'm gonna pick him up. But my friends might pick him up because they know I like Jameis a lot. And there's a part of that.
Right.
When you're playing,
that's a smaller.
Guys,
that's a smaller league. In a small league, you wait for the quarterback for sure.
When you're drafting, did your friends try to draft someone ahead? Did they draft you before you got the pick?
They always draft me.
Yeah, so you can't pick you.
Yeah, because even if I have first pick, I'm picking myself, right?
Yeah.
I directly control my performance, right? So I can actually control that. That's the only aspect of fantasy football that I can control.
So, as I said, I am having my draft tomorrow. This is coming out Friday. So, I'm going to give my little pre-draft process. So, obviously, you didn't have the combine. You didn't have the really weird questions. So, I have a bunch of questions that former GMs have asked. So, they must know what they're talking about. And we're going to go through these.
Oh, no.
All right. So, first thing is, you're on a mountain in Alaska on a bus going 100 miles per hour. Where are you in this bus?
I'm on a bus in Alaska going 100 miles per hour.
On a mountain.
Where am I?
Where are you sitting on the bus?
In the driver's seat?
All right. I'll take that answer. All right.
Is there a right answer to these, or are they all
I'm gonna be
hypotheticals?
honest. I don't know. These are all questions from NFL
I don't know.
GMs.
Maybe I would want to be in the driver's seat because I'm in a bus going 100 miles an hour. That means I'm going 100 miles an
I mean,
hour.
you're being
Gotta
irresponsible,
slow
but
this
you're
thing
driving the
down.
bus and you're a leader. I don't know. There's a lot of answers to that one.
I don't know.
If I were to ask you to share your internet history with me, would you do it?
Yes.
Okay. I
Yeah.
would too. I know some people call bullshit. I
It's
would.
a lot of video games, a lot of just financial things.
If you looked at my history for the past like 48 hours, just Austin Ekeler, Austin Ekeler, Austin Ekeler, Austin Ekeler.
I can tell you've done your research
Oh,
for
yeah, I
sure.
appreciate it. If you had to murder someone, would you choose a gun or a knife?
A gun.
A gun? Okay, yeah, quick and easy. How many ways could you use a brick in a minute?
How many ways could I use a brick in a minute?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 50. No, that's a lot in a minute. Oh, geez. I'm gonna say like 25.
Okay.
It's a paperweight now. It's a kickstand. Now it's my pillow.
It's a
You know, I'm just
grinder.
going to roll.
It's
Right.
it's a shoe. I don't know. There's a lot of
Right.
different
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. We'll say 25.
Okay. So I got three more. What color is snow?
What color is snow? White.
Okay. Apparently the correct answer to that's clear, but that bullshit. It's
It might be
well, technically I
clear, but it
think it
reflects.
is, but yeah, exactly. The white. I don't know.
I don't know.
You're from Colorado. I'm
Well,
from
color
Indiana.
white is the absence of color, right?
Yeah, so technically white is the right answer.
Makes sense.
So here's another
Clear
one, a
would
little
be-
brain teaser.
Okay.
Is a jock strap technically a G-string?
No, because some don't go down your ass. So
Okay. All right. So this next question is actually very, 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 very important. This is
okay.
more than just fantasy. It's also a little bit of the gambler in me. So let's say theoretically you're up 10-7, about a minute 7 left in the game. You're at midfield, opposing teams out of timeouts. You break through for a 40-yard run. All right. Do you slide or do you go into the end zone?
Slide.
Okay. All right.
Slide.
All right.
I gotta secure it.
Okay. Team guy. I like the answer.
So we can take
team guy.
We can take a knee and get out of here.
So and this is actually, I have one more fantasy question. I kind of forgot I had this one. So do you ever think that so you're in the big leagues, but do you ever think like doing more research also makes it harder to draft? Because sometimes you convince yourself on certain things because it's just thinking way too much about it.
I would say yes. Because especially when you get down to later rounds and it's like, dang, like I need another receiver. But I know about this guy. I don't know about this guy, but it's projected higher on whatever, platform. But I know about this guy who's projected lower. Maybe I don't know what someone else knows. Maybe I should so I don't know. For the early round guys, I feel like, do research. But the late rounds, I'm just kind of rolling the dice.
Okay. All right. So now, I mean, I've asked a lot of stupid shit, but I got some, these are questions that are like kind of little to no research, but also like, they're kind of interesting.
All right.
First one, when did you accept the bald life?
When did I accept? Oh man, the bald life came to me at an early age. I think I was like 17 when my hairline started receding. Maybe even earlier than that, honestly. So hey, genetics blessed me in other ways, like athletic ability, but not necessarily the hairline.
When did you? So you were bald then when you were in high school, or like you just shaved head?
High school, yeah. I kept it all shaved in high school, yeah.
Wow, man, they must have
because if I were to grow my hair out, it would my hairline would be like way back here. So
when you have the money now, if you want to fix that. I mean,
nah. I embrace it. This is me.
Well, it looks good. Like you can pull it off. So,
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, I feel like a lot of people, when you embrace it, it looks good.
Yeah.
So did people ask for your birth certificate then when you were playing in high school?
No, but people definitely thought I was older. Even at college too, right? People always thought I was older just because of my hairline, man. It is what it is.
I mean, look at the Bishop Sycamore thing. People were like always maybe thought they were overage, and look at them now. But they suck, so I don't know how that
I am
works.
14. Here you go.
That's such a great line. What's your favorite Chargers jersey? Because you guys have so many. Which one's the best one in your opinion?
I like the all navy. The darker colors, the all navy. I mean, powder blues are always
classic.
Going to be a favorite too. That one right there on the wall.
Yeah.
Right. That's one of my favorites. But yeah, the all navy's my favorite.
Originally I didn't like the navy, but then I saw you guys playing them and I thought they looked a lot better. To be honest.
Yeah.
It would follow up. Which jersey do you feel the fastest in?
The fastest, probably all white.
All white. Okay.
all white.
Okay, I
Yeah.
like that. I like that. You as talked earlier about the Chargers a little bit. Um, you played Phil Rivers for a couple years. What's your favorite Phil
Yeah.
Rivers saying?
Ooh, my favorite saying.
Because you know,
Try Almighty or run. Crap. That's another one he always crap.
did he ever slip? Did you ever hear him slip?
Never. He slipped. He never slipped. No, not once.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's impressive with all the kids he has. He's never let it slip. Did you, so when you first signed your big contract, or even when you were a rookie, did you stay up all night waiting to see like that number hit your bank account?
No.
No?
No, just wake up in the morning and be like, sheesh. Like, that's real. That's a real thing. Wow.
How quickly do you take
Yeah.
it out and move it into like other kind of like investments and things like that? Do you usually like,
I mean, it depends. If I have something lined up, then I'll take it out. But if not, it just kind of sits in there until I have some plan with it.
okay. And then we said earlier, like you're big into real estate, you're big into like investments and such. What's the worst real estate investment you've ever made?
The worst real estate. See, you never know going in that it's going to be a bad real estate until things start happening.
Mm-hmm.
But my first property I ever bought, man, had to fix the sewer. I got to take down a tree. My landscaping sucks. The tenants that I had trashed my place, so I had to renovate it. And so there's so many problems with it, right? It was good when I got it. The numbers all checked out. It's still like cash flows pretty decently in Colorado, but man, I've had some rough times with it. Yeah. And so my first ever rental, I feel like that's a common story with first ever rentals, but I'm definitely feeling it right now for sure.
So what are you up to now with your like real estate investments? Is it like all like apartments or like houses and such like that, or do you do like Airbnbs or like what's
I
your
have
focus?
some condos. It's all long-term leasing.
Okay.
Some condos. I have 17 units back in Colorado. And so, yeah, that's just the start of my portfolio. I think it's just, man, one thing that's somewhat stable in America is definitely real estate, right? It definitely fluctuates, especially like right now if interest rates are going crazy and demand's high. But as far as stability, people got to have the place to live, right? So
are you a guy that like really buy it and then like renovate the living crap out of it, or do you buy it kind of as renovated and then just rent it out? Like what's your kind of
it depends on the deal. It depends on the deal. Like all of my deals have been off market, so different situations come up. Sometimes they're already ready to go. They're already been renovated. So other times it's a dump, and hey, we got to make some repairs. I've had both of them. It just depends on who your connect is. And what they're bringing to you.
I was gonna say it was pretty brutal like midway through like 2020, like when all the lumber and stuff got really expensive.
Oh yeah. Here's the thing: if you don't have connections in real estate, like you're probably not getting a good deal.
No.
Like, because if you're trying to find stuff on the market, that's on like these major websites, then it's already been skimmed through by all the realtors' friends, investors, and their realtors, investor friends, right? That's how it works. And then if no one wants it, all right, let's throw it on Zillow, let's throw it on Realtor.com, let's throw it on all these places,
So is that you got in with your mom, right? Your mom was in real estate, right?
Yeah. So my mom got me a connection. Because my mom's an agent. So one of her connections, like I said, one of her friends who does a lot of flipping, who does a lot of stuff that's off market, ended up helping me out and getting me connections that ended up getting me to some deals.
Okay. All right. So you're big into video games, obviously. Like this, I'm assuming this is where you stream, correct?
Oh yeah. This is
Want
the
to turn on
setup right here.
Want to turn on the initials? I know those light up.
They light up, but it's hard to see right now. It doesn't really show through when the lights shine on them. I'd have to close it all down in here.
What's the go-to right now? What is the game you like to stream the most right now?
So right now I haven't been playing like any mainstream games. This game that I've been playing though is called Auto Chess. It's like a I don't know if you've heard of Teamfight Tactics from League of Legends.
No, I've heard of League of Legends.
Yeah, it's just a low key, slow pace game. It's like chess, but like your little characters go out there and battle, and you have to like upgrade them and stuff like. It's just a really strategic game. I don't really get into too intense games like Call of Duty. I just like to kind of chill during the season.
So you're not a zone kind of guy.
No, I mean, I'll play some Warzone. I'll play some Call of Duty every once in a while, but it just gets too repetitive for me. Like, usually the new Call of Duties come out, I'll get, like, first prestige to be like, all right, see you next year, kind of thing.
I know what you're saying. Have you ever played Knockout City?
Yeah, rock some knockouts,
Dude,
dude.
I'll play it one time. I'll dominate. I'm not gonna lie. I might be the best knockout kicking player out here.
Yeah, what's your rank? What's your rank in solos?
No idea. I've never
Oh,
checked.
okay. You ain't dominating. You don't even know the rank.
I don't need a rank. I just dominate.
Oh no, you cannot play me
So
then. Get your rank
who's
up.
now with Triple G? Who's now over there with you guys?
Triple G, yeah, Triple G's been kind of on the back burner right now, but been still trying to get just a plan. Really, just trying to get a plan that doesn't involve just all of my time. Right, that's kind of what was holding me back. Was I had to put so much time towards Gridiron Gaming Group, which is my streaming company. That those of you that don't know, basically we try to help other streamers and other athletes like myself, influencer. I have an actor. IndyCar driver, WNBA player, just a whole bunch of just influencers that are streaming. We're trying to help them maximize their opportunities in this streaming platform and streaming world. So right now, just really trying to get a plan, because before we were doing like big activations, which were really successful, which gave us like, confidence to continue to do this. We did something for the Super Bowl. We did something for the NFL draft. We did something for the Indy 500, and just solid turnouts, very informative, very just educational, and also entertaining at the same time. And you can win giveaways. But yeah, right now, kind of just laying low until we get like a long-term plan where it's more sustainable.
So speaking of giveaways, you're giving away a jersey. Is it one jersey or multiple jerseys to people who start you in their life?
One jersey every
one
single
every
week.
week.
One every week. Yeah, one every week. And if you guys are wondering how you can get into that, it's through fantasy football. So you have to have me. You have to have me on your team. First off, right? Rightfully so. It's my jersey. You got to have me on your team. You got to have me in your starting lineup. And then you just have to take a screenshot of that and show me at the end of the week if you won or win or lose.
I was about to say, what about the losers?
win or lose, as long as you got me in your starting lineup. Maybe I play bad a week and I made you lose. But that's what people tell me anyway. Austin, you lost me my fantasy. You didn't score 40 points. You're right. That's my fault.
Sorry, I didn't put up 3 touchdowns, 200 yards, and whatever.
Anyway, just have me in your starting lineup, put a screenshot, and then tag me in it on Twitter or Instagram, and you'll be entered in. We're just randomly picking someone to win a jersey. So
it's super cool.
Yeah.
Super cool. You just said it a minute ago. Let's do you look at all the messages you get about fantasy? Like, obviously, you like seeing the good ones. Like, he's like seeing the positive ones, but like, do you see the negative ones too, where people are like, "Dude, what the fuck? You cost me this."
If people, if I have my assistant, she helps me a lot, and if people are sending anything negative, that is immediately blocked.
Okay.
I have hundreds of people blocked, right? Because it's like, look, I have way too many supporters to give any attention to these people that are coming in here flaming me. So like, hey, get out of here, take a seat. Like, I'd rather hang out with people that are like, you know what, Austin, if you had a bad game, don't worry, you got it next week. Like, I want to hang out with those people.
Oh, 100%. I was gonna say like the fact that people say some of the stuff they do, like in those DMs and like all that other stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my lord, it's special because like it's like your personal account. It's not like old school, like when we were all growing up, when it's just like you're all anonymous. You can it's like a wild west. It's like in Call of Duty, it was a wild west. It's like those Call of Duty servers.
Super savage.
Brutal. Yeah, they're absolutely savage. So one more question I got for you. It's what was your favorite job growing up, and why was it being a raft guide?
My favorite job. Okay. So I was a raft guide my freshman summer, the summer before my freshman year, because literally the day I graduated, I left and went up to Western Colorado and started working out with the team and just getting ready for the football season. So I needed a summer job. So I was a raft guide up in Gunnison, Colorado, which for those of you that don't know, it is in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado. So rafting is definitely appropriate in that area. But I would say my actual favorite job was definitely my internship with Noble Energy over my junior summer.
What would you do there?
Yeah. I was going into my field, right? I told you I was going to energy management. Yeah. So I was working for Noble for the summer, just doing a bunch of contracts, dealing with basically the job was we're the middleman between Noble Energy and private landowners to produce their minerals. So pretty fun job.
Okay.
And a lot of great people.
Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting. And actually, thought of another question. How much shit did you guys give Justin Herbert when he cut his hair?
No, we didn't let him live it down, man. Well, it wasn't the fact that he cut his hair, that's fine, but the fact that he let our strength and conditioning coach cut his hair was like, bro, like you could definitely afford to have someone come to your house and cut your hair, you knucklehead.
It's like
But he's
having your
great.
mom cut your hair. That's literally what it was.
I feel like you have your mom cut your hair would be better.
Yeah,
Would be
honestly.
much better, right? Right? Like, sheesh. But he's growing it back out. He's getting the flow going again. So
Gotta love it. Gotta let
see what he
The
does with
LA
it.
hairstyle. That's what it really is.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
it
right.
looks a lot more LA when he had his hair grown out. Anyway,
For sure.
that's what I got for you, man. So we
Awesome.
got so much going on. Just go promote it all. I think I missed one or two things, but like promote everything you got going on.
Man, I think that's all of it, man. And really, right now, what I'm emphasizing is Eckler's Edge on Yahoo. Check out our episodes. They're not long. I think they're like 8 minutes. So it's just a fantasy knowledge and just having some fun. We actually sneak peek. We just got done interviewing Travis Kelce. He was our first guest. He's the tight end for the Chiefs. Those of you that don't know.
Tight end one.
Yep, tight
Projected.
end number one for
Projected.
sure. For sure. Yeah, he has been for the past few years, so he'll keep doing his thing. But yeah, I appreciate you having me on, man.
Dude, I really appreciate you coming on. So with that said, I mean, I did earlier. I said it's a pre-draft interview. I have the 7th pick. I'm gonna try my best to get you. I think I can get you.
Ooh, let's go.
We'll see. I got you though. We'll draft. I'll keep you updated. With that said, though,
Awesome.
for me, for Austin, we're out. Good luck this season. We're out.
Thanks,
Peace.
Tommy. Appreciate it.